Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and are taking care of yourselves. My name is Kanika Tandon and I am here with the video of class 7th English first. Today we are going to do chapter number 10, which is the verb. Starting our today's video with chapter number 10, the verb. So whenever we hear this word verb, we understand that verb is actually the doing word of the sentence. That means that if we are reading a sentence, whatever action that has been taking place in that particular sentence is known as verb. Verb is also known as action word or doing word. For example, you think of something, you tell something, you play cricket, you run, you write, you sleep, you wash. So these are the words: sleep, wash, run, tell, think, eat. These are the action words. These are something that the subject of the sentence is doing or we are doing in these sentences. So these are verb. So verb is a word used to express an action or a state. Now the verbs are classified into two forms. First one is the auxiliary verb and another one is the ordinary verb. Let us read what auxiliary verbs are. So the main or ordinary verbs take another kind of verb before them. Alright, so like birds are flying high in the sky, he has learned his lesson, they did not play. These are the verbs that in simple language we call them helping verb. Is, are, am, has, had, have, do, does, did, could, can, may, might, will, would. These are what? These are the helping words. So helping verbs are known as auxiliary verbs. These are placed just before the verb itself. There are some other examples on the next page of auxiliary verbs. First is be. Whenever in sentence we have to use be, we can use is, are, am, was, were. Do is do, does, did. Have, has, have, had. Models can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, etc. And semi models dare, need, ought to, and used to. So the verbs be, have, do are used with the main verb to make tense, passive forms, questions and negative sentences in a sentence. So is, are, am, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did. These are the helping verbs that are used to form an assertive sentence or an active sentence to either passive sentence, change their tenses, change it to question, or any negative sentence. Now modal verbs are used before ordinary verbs and express meanings such as permission, possibility, certainty, necessity, etc. So these are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must. These are the words that are used to ask, take some kind of permission, certainty, necessity, etc. And semi modals can be used as both main verb and modal in a sentence. Now coming on to the main or ordinary verbs. So these are the normal verb that we use, like play, fly, sleeps, eat. These are the normal action words are known as ordinary verb or main verb. Now ordinary verbs are classified into two parts. One is transitive and another one is intransitive. So first we are going to study about the transitive verb. So in transitive verb, a verb is actually in which the action has been done by the subject. Alright, in a sentence, when there is a proper subject, a proper verb, and a proper object is there, those are known as transitive verb. We can also identify if the sentence is transitive or intransitive. In intransitive verb, the doer of the action that has been done by the subject only. For example, India won the World Cup, or I am sleeping on the bed. So what is the verb in this sentence? I am sleeping on the bed. Sleeping. Who is doing this action? I am doing. And where am I doing this? The object is bed. So we can ask it in this way: who is doing what? So I am sleeping on the bed. Alright, so these are transitive verbs. Now intransitive verbs are that denotes an action which does not passes over to the doer, to the which does not passes over to an object, and in this there is no object. The action in this also, the action is done by the subject only, but the action does not passes on to the object. So basically here shine here shine is an intransitive verb. The action of shining does not pass over to the doer subject sun or to any object. We do not agree, we do not get an answer to who shines upon what. Alright, now we can use these verbs in transitively and intransitively. Like Rajesh opened the door, it is used as transitive because here we have the subject Rajesh, verb open, and object is door. But in intransitive, the door opened loudly. So what is the verb here? Opened. What is the subject here? The door, but there is no object. Similarly, I feel a severe pain. So here the subject is I, feel is the verb, and severe pain is the object. Here how do you feel? Here we cannot use it, we cannot pass it on to the object. Now direct and indirect objects. Some transitive verbs like buy, find, give, get, send, write, tell, etc. take two objects after them, as she gave him a mobile. Alright, now here we have two objects. First is him and another one is the object. And what is the subject here? She. And what is the verb here? Gave. Here the thing is called a direct object and the person is called indirect object. The indirect or direct object usually comes first. Alright, and if indirect object is placed after the direct object, it must be preceded by the preposition to and for. Alright, here mobile and him is the direct and indirect object, and if we are using to, that means the direct object will come before to only. Now we are going to study the verbs of incomplete prediction. So here are two examples: roses smell and roses smell sweet. So in the first example, when we read it, roses smell, we can understand that okay, roses smell, there is some smell that comes out of rose. We don't know, we have no idea to that we have to even judge the smell, whether it is a good smell or a bad smell. But in second sentence, roses smell sweet. So in this sentence they have actually rectified what kind of a smell does roses have. So in this first sentence, where there is a verb smell, it is an intransitive verb. Alright, but in here we have no idea. We can understand by this sentence that roses smell, but it is not a complete sentence, hence it does not give a complete sense. So these are the sentences that are known as these are the words, this right, in this it is written in the first sentence roses smell makes sense but not a complete sense. It needs sweet to make complete sense. Such a verb is called a verb of incomplete prediction. So here, if in this first sentence we would have used sweet, it would have given us a complete meaning. So this verb sweet is actually the verb of incomplete prediction, because without it the sentence does not give a complete meaning. Alright, and the word sweet which is required to make sense complete is called the complement verb. Complement the verb. So because of the word sweet, the sentence is actually having a complete sense. So this verb is known as the complement verb. We'll see more examples of it, then we'll it will be easy for us to understand. The boys appear dejected. Here if we see the boys appear, we will have no idea where the boys appeared, how did they appear. Now they have written that they have appeared dejected. So this the word dejected is actually the complement of the verb. Because of this word dejected, we can easily understand the meaning of the verb. Similarly, next, you look happy. If happy would have not been here, we would have not known what this sentence is trying to tell us. Therefore, happy is the complement of the verb. Certain transitive verbs required besides an object a complement to complete their prediction. His parents named him Rajesh. If we would have used his parents named him, we would know that okay, he has got a name. But since they have mentioned the name, we know that he has got a name, and the name is Rajesh. So Rajesh is acting as a complement of the verb. When a complement describes a subject, is called the subjective complement, and when a complement describes the object, it is known as objective complement. So here, if the subject, if the verb, if that complement of the verb is actually describing the subject, is called subjective, and if it is describing the object, it is objective. Similarly, his parents named him Rajesh. So to whom is this verb Rajesh describing? He is describing him, the kid. That is why it is a objective complement. If this was a sentence that the kid was named Rajesh by the parents, so it would have become a subjective complement. I hope this chapter is clear to you all. Let us all come to the exercise. In the first sentence, in the sentence we play hockey, the verb is play. Out of the following, the auxiliary verb is run, was, or sleep. It is was. In the sentence, he teaches us maths, the indirect object is us, because here there are two objects, right? Direct and indirect. And indirect usually comes first. So it is us. Second is underline the verb in the following sentences. So take care of your health, take. Please go, go. I like my new frock, like. India struggled for freedom, struggled. Catherine goes to church every Sunday, goes. The dog barked at the strangers, barked. Lend me the keys, lend. Do not shout at the children, do. The children dictates the answer, dictates. I relished the ice cream, relished. So the next exercise is name the verb in the following sentences and write in each case whether the verb is transitive or intransitive. Where the verb is transitive, name the object. In this exercise, what we have to do, we have to find whether the sentence is intransitive or transitive, and if the sentence is transitive, we have to write the object also. But here I have also marked the verb just for understanding sake. Okay, so first one is the driver stopped the bus. Here the verb is stopped and the object is bus, so it is transitive. You speak too loudly. Here the verb is speak, but here there is no object, so it is intransitive. I could not spare the time. Here the verb is spare and object is time, so it is transitive. The moon rose early. The moon rose is the verb, but there is no object, so it is intransitive. He will bring a present for me. Here the verb is bring and object is present, so it is transitive. The sun shines brightly. Here the verb is shines, but there is no object, so it is intransitive. The policeman blew his whistle. Blew is the verb and whistle is the object, it is transitive. The fire burns dimly. The verb is burns and there is no object, so it is transitive. Time changes all things. So changes is the verb and there is no object, so it is intransitive. She spoke the truth. Spoke is the verb and truth is the object, so it is transitive. Next is fill in the blanks with the correct form of verb given in the brackets. So here in the bracket it is given. So Sitaram drank the milk quickly as he was getting late for school. Anant brushes his teeth before going to bed. Mr. Chaudhary spoke at the meeting yesterday. Sunita felt unwell after having her lunch. Grandma fell asleep while she was watching TV. The earth moves around the sun. The sun rises in the east. When Nandini reached the theatre, the movie had already begun. I will do it later, not today. Rashri eats ice cream every day. Next one is fill in the blanks with the correct form of verbs from the box. Here I have written the number where it is used. So Rohit hung his head with shame when his teacher scolded him. The children wanted to lie in the shade of the tree. Here this lie means to lie down on the ground or on the bed. When we sleep we lie down. Next is the papers were laid on the principal's table, and laid means that they are just kept there, or just say in Hindi we call it pade hain. Alright, so the papers were laid on the principal's table. Shreya admitted that she had been really scared. The man confessed to the police that he had forged the letter. Mrs. Singh has raised her children with love and care. Shivam rose from his seat to welcome the guests. He asked where I lived. The river flowed past the dense forest. The bird must have flew off by now. Next one is complete the following sentences with suitable complements for the verb of the incomplete prediction. Okay, so first one is she looks beautiful. The salad tastes yummy. He seems intelligent. Roses smell sweet. The sky grew dark. Next is solve this crossword puzzle using the past tense form of the following verbs. So these are the words. You have to use the past tense of these verbs and put them in the crossword puzzle. So with this this chapter is over. I will see you all in my next video. Till then, take care and keep studying, and do complete your work.